Coach, it was rock and sock'em football on Saturday. I mean, what was it like being down on the field and seeing some of those hits up close and the way your kids kept battling?
Yeah, it was like you said, it was a fist fight out there, and the guys kept battling and keep fighting. And you know, when you take a shot like that on your leg, or and then to kind of regroup and get yourself right back in there, and that just goes to show you the love these guys have for each other, the unselfishness to go put themselves out there and continue to play and work through those things. And it was a physical game, and anytime you go on a road, playing a Wisconsin team, you got to be willing to do that.
Obviously, you faced a lot of adversity there. I mean, you had to deal with the Halloween crowd and the noise, and a football team that was up for you guys, and then you guys had the 3 turnovers in the first half. But how important was it the poise your club showed, your kids showed? There was no panic, and they stayed about their business and really put it together in the second half.
Yeah, well, I say it all the time. We're the ones in control. And so, at halftime, we're going to have some sort of a score, and then we got to respond and win the game in the second half in the fourth quarter. I say if you want to have a blowout, take care of the football in the first half. Finish off the drives and take care of the football, and you're in control. And we can be up by a few scores going into halftime, and then we finish off halftime the right way. So the first half, there's so many things that we could have done better on offense. I thought the defense played really, really hard. And then I thought coming out in the second half, we were much more efficient. But we're going to look for a faster start this week.
Yeah, how important is that to get off to a fast start up there against Greg, who, they're playing well, and, he'll try almost anything, won't he?
Yeah, well, it's November now. So, we're looking to play clean, and we know it's important because in order to win these matchup games that are going to continue to show up, we got to, win every single play because it could come down to that. And in this game, we're going to have to be efficient because, there's an opportunity that maybe we don't have as many snaps as we have in some of the games previously.
How dangerous is the 1-2 punch of Marvin Harrison and Trey Henderson when they're going and healthy?
Yeah, just explosive, big plays all over the place when those guys are in the game. And then when you mix that in with the run, that's what we're looking for in terms of balance.
Defense wins championships. How proud are you of your defense right now, knowing November's here and this is where they really can cut the hay? But they faced, a lot of adversity coming into this season. A lot of people, and they have answered the bells, haven't they?
Well, I think you and I have talked about this. When you hear the noise of what's going on out there, you can't listen to that. It can fuel you, but at the same time, you can't let that affect you. Well, it's the same thing now. Now, everyone's saying, well, we got one of the better defenses in the country. It can build your confidence, but you can't get overconfident. And so we can't get complacent. So, am I proud of where we're at? Sure. But that doesn't mean anything if we don't finish this thing off the right way. So we'll take a look at this thing at the end of the year and figure out where we're at. But we got to go win this game, against Rutgers.
How banged up are you guys right now?
It's this time of year. It's Big Ten football in November. And so, we're going to have to play certain, depth at certain positions, but our guys are tough.
Playing a guy, and you know him, Greg Schiano, this week. I mean, what's it like game planning against him? Do you have to plan for anything and everything? And
yeah, special teams in particular. Yeah, they've always done everything they possibly can, and he's a competitive guy, so we got to prepare, the right way.
The first playoff ranking comes out Tuesday, Halloween. How much will you pay attention to that? What matters is how we play. And that's really for the fans. And as we get closer to the end of the season, certainly that becomes, more of a discussion. But right now, it's all about winning this game. You don't win this game, nothing else matters. With that said, last thing, it's nice to hear Ohio State's name mentioned. Do you believe right now, the way you stand, you deserve to be in the top 4?
Well, I think if you look at our resume and what we've done so far with 2 top 10 wins, you're seeing a really solid defense and offense that's starting to, really, show its explosiveness again. So, the potential's there, but what matters is what we put on the field.